What's up, Gemini? It's your girl Dominique with Empathic Guidance, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. And today I'm back with your forecast for May 2022. So hopefully y'all ready for this new month, okay? So without further ado, we're going to hop right in for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and the North Node for the month of May. Holy Divine Spirit, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides to the highest white light. Please use me as a vessel to clear, concise channel messages for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and the North Node for the month of May 2022. What's coming in the month of May for the sign of Gemini? What can they expect? Okay. Yeah, Epiphany. It's like y'all waking up to something. It's like y'all discovering so many things. I feel like it could have been a lot of mystery around certain things that was happening in your life, certain things that started, certain people that came into your life, left your life, things that been delayed, whatever the case is. It's like you might not have had a full understanding, a spiritual, deeper understanding when it come down to why certain things was happening. And I feel like it was certain things that was causing you a lack of peace. Now you kind of grasping the concept as to why certain things was happening. I feel like y'all crown chakra is opening because straight out the gate, 3 cards with like purple energy came out. Okay, so yeah, it's something about this full moon eclipse that's gonna bring some type of epiphany going into May, which May is just what, tomorrow or in a couple of days from now. Yeah, the 10 of Pentacles is happening in your life. Okay, so now that you having some type of breakthrough financially, I feel as though like this is an increase in your finances. This can be you coming together with somebody where you're going to have longevity, long-term stability, where you can build a legacy with this person, create a business, create success that can last generations to come. Okay, but it's like you got like a lot of rewarding stuff that's going on, but I feel like this took willpower. Okay, it took willpower, it took strength, it took courage to walk away from certain things, to face realizations. But it's because of this epiphany. Like, I'm not sure which came first, which I feel like we'll see, but it's like either you came into this breakthrough and then you started to realize, like, spirit started to reveal to you, like, okay, this was always yours, but this is why it took, you know what I'm saying, time for this to come in. This is why it was a delay. This is why this toxic person came into your life first. This is why you had to face financial downfalls and delays and lack before you got to this pinnacle. But again, like I said, whatever like was causing like a lack of peace in your life, I feel like that's over with. That's something that you can really leave in the past, especially with a better understanding. Okay, but like I said, also it could be that you reached this epiphany first, because this epiphany could have been required before you even got the 10 of Pentacles for some of you. Okay, so let's see what else is coming in the month of May for Gemini. Ooh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, if y'all was just stifled, stuck, lacking motivation, y'all figuring out why. Maybe y'all was going down the wrong path or going the wrong way about doing certain things in order to make something happen in your life. But I see you guys connected to spirit here with this Pink Lotus Fairy. A time for spirit. You took time apart from everything else and everybody else, went into introspection and gained the insight necessary to see what was blocking you up. And 9 times out of 10, it was something that was generationally being passed down, like a certain mindset. Okay, but yes, you guys, y'all was looking at things from a distorted view before. This is kind of what I'm seeing here. So it could have been like, woe is me, or just feeling like everything always happened wrong in your life. And now you could be seeing things from a brighter perspective, like, okay, now I see why I had to go through so much, because technically I was meant to be an advocate for the things that I went through and survived in order to help other people overcome it, you know. But again, like I said, it's because of your bravery, you kind of stand 10 toes down through the storm, that you being granted this 10 of Pentacles, and you no longer gonna be bored in your journey. Like, this is no longer gonna be you putting out and putting out, because you probably had to plant seeds, sow them, plant seeds, sow them, plant seeds, sow them, dig up the harvest, start over again. And you probably was like, what the hell? What is law of attraction in my life? Because it seemed like I'm manifesting the best for myself, putting the best energy out. but not getting a return on my investment. Seems like everything that come into my life is to stop or block me. And you realizing now, like, damn, actually everything that I went through was kind of a blessing, because it prepared me for this cycle. It prepared me to humbly be able to accept the gifts and blessings that's getting ready to be bestowed upon me by the Holy Divine Spirit, my spirit guides, my angels, and my ancestors, right? Okay, so yeah, let's pull some more energy. Let's see what this epiphany was here. You know, what is this epiphany you guys came to? But I do feel like it is because y'all had to clear some things up. For some of you, y'all had to overcome addictions. Of course, that could be somebody around you too. But also, if you had those type of energies around you muddling your energetic field, then that was something you had to see clear. Instead of always trying to see the best in everybody and just feeling like you can change and evolve every single person that you cross paths with, you probably had to see the fact that you had to separate yourself from everybody else's outcome and focus only on your own for a little while. Okay, so why is Epiphany here? Ace of Cups in reverse. For some of y'all, y'all had to realize that y'all needed to invest the same love into y'allself that y'all was investing in everybody else. Y'all needed that self-love. So some of you guys are realizing that some of the people in your life, or the reason why you keep attracting unrequited love, may have been because there was a lack of self-love here. You could have had more, you could have been attracting more of a codependent, like, not even relationships, but just friendships. You know, maybe people, everybody you meet just be doing the same thing, no matter who they are. Whether they coworkers, friends, neighbors, family members, whatever the case is, you just notice everybody around you do the same thing. Whether that's use and abuse you, take your kindness for weakness, you know, because at some point in your life, Gemini, you could have been seeking validation from others. You could have just been wanting people to say, I'm proud of you, or give you the pat on the back instead of doing that for yourself. And that's why Spirit kept bringing in these people that barely could understand your worth, because they needed you to see your worth on your own without having to depend on somebody else to say you doing good. It's like you have to go within and kind of feel that for yourself, so you can attract the type of people that will actually be proud of your achievements, rather than trying to downplay them, put them down, or make you feel like you ain't really doing shit in life, which ultimately sets into your subconscious, and it be having you feel like, it be having you project the preconceived notion that no matter how much effort you gonna put into life, ain't nothing ever gonna happen in your favor, because you don't allow other people's projectory energy, or you know, their opinion, their passive aggressive opinions, to hinder you, okay, to slow you down. Because like I said, I'm getting bored, stifled, and stuck. So if you guys was like lacking motivation, it could have been because you like, what's the fucking point? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point of me being motivated, driven? You know, nothing that I'm doing is like impacting anybody, but you don't never know. You never know who is watching your journey, or who by your side, or who looking up to you when you dusting yourself off and trying again every single time you stumble and fall. You never know. So Spirit was like, I need you to see how special you are before I can actually bring in people that's going to recognize your worth. Until then, your worth is going to be veiled to everybody else because you don't even see it. Why is Epiphany here? Y'all, strength is in reverse. It's like, and because you didn't really see your worth, when it came down to you making a decision that's going to either align with your higher self or your lower desires, you continue to choose desires over your well-being. And that's the reason why certain things was blocked up. That's the reason why you was really truly stuck. Epiphany. Ooh, yeah, world in reverse. Yeah, and I feel like this was something that kept repeating. Like, this cycle wouldn't close because you had the rejection, the spirit of rejection over your life. You just felt like you already had a negative outlook on stuff before you could even get it started, because basically, again, either you depended on what other people thought about you, you know, or you allowed the lack of validation from others to hinder how you felt about yourself. So again, like I said, if you feel you unworthy, then how is the universe supposed to see your worth? It's like all the thoughts and things that you project into the universe is what's going to be picked up. And then that's what your life is going to reflect. You know, how you feel inside and the things that you do, those are the things that affect you know, how your life gonna look, you know, how your physical life around you is gonna look. So if you feeling down out like I'm a failure, everybody always overlook me, I try so hard and I always get recognized last, then, you know, it doesn't help. It's not helping your situation. And that was something you had to wake up and see. Okay, why is peace here in reverse? You know, it's kind of like you had to appreciate the steps to get to where you was going in order for it to really flow to you, because you being in such a funk about the times where things was bad and then automatically assuming that every cycle was gonna be like that was keeping you in a cycle. You was missing a point. Like the lesson was going over your head in the past. Now it's like you like, that's all I had to do was change how I feel about myself. And sometimes that's not always easy. If every single person you ever cross paths with make you feel worthless or less than, hold on, then that's gonna require like some very strong, like it's gonna take strength and resilience to really overcome other people's opinions that you allow to be planted in your head when it comes down to you, how you feel about yourself, and what you know about yourself. Okay, when you know that you just dope as hell without people having to tell you, then those opinions just bounce right off of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just bounced right off of you. This is something you've been at a lack of peace about since your childhood for a lot of you, or these type of traumas was created in your past. But for some of you, of course, you know, when you got parents that's busy, they got to work multiple jobs to maintain a household, or it's so many other siblings in a household that maybe need more help, need more assistance, or you know, they got more going on in their life, and your parent is just focusing strictly on other things and stuff that they got to do as parents. And you just feel like everything that you're trying to do to impress your parent or get some type of validation from your parent is not being seen. It's like you feel like you can't impress them or make them feel proud of you in no kind of way. That's going to follow you into your adulthood. So for a lot of you, y'all felt overlooked as a child. And because that's where the seed was planted at, that's something that kind of continued throughout life, in your relationships, in your friendships. It's like, why don't nobody recognize what I bring to the connection, no matter what the dynamic was? So that was something y'all had to heal within. And maybe that's something that y'all finally started to connect the dots on. Like, damn, actually, I've been feeling like this ever since mama or ever since daddy. No matter what I did, no matter what talents I exuded, no matter whether, you know, how obedient I was, how much good grades I got, it was always expected of me rather than people kind of giving me the credit that a child might need in order to feel good. Like, yeah, you doing a good job, and you always going to, because I know that you represent greatness. Like, even if you only tell your child that once in life, they gonna know. And sometimes people need that reassurance. It's like, I make somebody proud, I make somebody happy. But I feel like for a lot of you, y'all had to make yourself proud. Y'all had to see that not everybody gonna see and understand the depth of your worth, and that you gotta be the determining factor of your worthiness, your greatness. You know, you the only one that know your past from the time that you was born going into adulthood, because even after a certain point, our parents not gonna know everything, you know. So that was something that was the epiphany that you guys had to reach, that this has been something following y'all, maybe not even from just childhood, but for lifetimes. And that unless this is something that you heal and soothe within yourself, whether you know, you have to become your own mother for a bit and nurture yourself, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you a winner. Tell yourself that no matter what battles or storms you faced, you've always overcome it. Yeah, and that's the reason why all the work you was putting in wasn't granting you and yielding you the results that you truly deserve. Yeah, because this is like negative self-talk here. All right, so for a lot of you, y'all let people and circumstances in y'all life determine how y'all felt about yourself and y'all worthiness, when Spirit wanted you to break out of that before they granted you this 10 of Pentacles. And here it is. Here it is. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles is here. Again, a lot of y'all got mother issues. Whenever I see the moon in reverse, it for me is very much giving coming into this lifetime to heal past life mother issues. Okay, so this could, again, for some of you that had excellent moms in this lifetime, last lifetime y'all might not have, so y'all might not resonate with the whole parental thing in this lifetime. But you know, if it's something that you just been feeling without even understanding why you feel like that, then it's probably something you was meant to come in this lifetime and technically heal. But if some of y'all do, then it's like y'all was meant to be the generational curse breakers, because unbeknownst to you, your mom felt like that too. So of course they didn't know how to cultivate and implement anything different, because they mom overlooked their accomplishments. They was never able to make their mother proud, no matter what they did, no matter how hard they tried, no matter how on the straight and narrow they stayed. They never got that recognition and praise, like, I'm proud of you, I believe in you, you can be anything you want to be, you're beautiful, you're handsome. You know what I'm saying? So again, if it didn't happen in this lifetime, it was a generational, if it did happen in this lifetime, it's a generational curse you had to break. And that's a huge responsibility for somebody when it comes down to a lineage. You know, it's like your ancestors are really gonna root for you, protect you, because you're here on a mission to stop something that needs to stop within a generation of people. Okay, so why is the moon in reverse here? And I feel like you guys are doing that. Yes. So yeah, it's like you had to anticipate better for yourself is what I'm seeing here. Like, anticipate your future and not obsess over it, but look at the silver lining. Like, okay, everything that, you know, happened in the past, I got to turn my back on that and see the brightness of my future. Find the passion in life and pursue it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you guys did. I don't know how long this took you, but I feel like in the month of May, you're getting a breakthrough, because this realization is being met and you are meeting stability. You know, for some of you, this can be a relationship, solidifying a business for you, landing a job that's really going to take you, you know, to a place of leadership where, you know, your stability, you can always count on being stable for the rest of your life, because the 10 of Pentacles, that's super longevity. Like, that's longevity in your stability. This is not a situation where you're going to have to continue to anticipate rise and fall and rise and fall. Your life will no longer be a roller coaster. It's only up from here. Put it like that. And yeah, it's because of your resilience. You didn't stop battling. You know, you might have had to heal from some disappointments or whatever the case is. Some deep emotions that you could have been keeping packed away and buried. Just because we don't acknowledge something doesn't mean it disappears. So you can ignore the fact that you had traumas and wounds and you feel a certain way about your mother or the way you was raised or how people made you feel throughout life. But that doesn't take that from up out of you and toss it away. It doesn't. It just keeps it pressed down until that pressed down become an overflow, until you have to address it. Reveal, then heal. Okay, so that's where y'all at with it. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify, because this reading been pretty long already. Let's see why. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was a lack of wish fulfillment. For a lot of y'all wasn't happy with y'allself. Like, y'all could have really beat y'allself up to the point where y'all was saying really negative things to y'allself. And I don't want to, you know, put that out there, because y'all moving past it. So that's all that really matters at this point. But I feel like this is a whole backstory on what the epiphany was. And, you know, if you aren't in this timeline in your life, Gemini, then you might want to consider taking that look at your childhood and your past, and how your childhood and the way you was raised, the things you was exposed to, the things that was said and wasn't said to you, is currently affecting and reflecting within your connections now as an adult. Okay, I feel like that's very important for you to look at, especially if you still in this place of wondering why things ain't working in your favor. Strength in reverse. Yeah, you had to analyze your life, I'm telling you, because it's like you were being reviewed over and over. And although I know that our spiritual team is very patient with us when it comes down to these lessons we have to repeat, it's like, of course, your spiritual team is jumping for joy now, because they already know what you deserve because of your heart. It wasn't even just how you felt about yourself, but you had a good heart and you hadn't experienced the best and most loving relationships in return, or friendships, interactions, whatever the case is. And they was tired of seeing that. So of course they're going to be happy and feeling proud of you. And I feel like there even could have been a period of frustration where your ancestors is like, about time, you know, but it's okay. Yeah, the star in reverse. Y'all had to heal them inner childhood wounds because whatever y'all was wanting, wishing, and praying for, y'all wasn't in alignment with it. You know, whatever y'all was going towards, which like I said is looking like long-term stability, that requires a higher vibration. You know? So let's see. Why is the Four of Cups here? Yeah. It's like you could have just been keeping it real safe, keeping yourself small, because maybe you figured if you went for something huge or something that had the ability to either make or break your reputation, you was too afraid to pursue that. So y'all could have stayed in the comfort zone, which kept y'all stuck too. You know, afraid to pursue big things that could have had big outcomes because you felt like, you know, nobody gonna recognize it anyway. If I write a book, who gonna read it? If I say this, who gonna listen? Nobody ever listened to what I gotta say. It's like you speaking as into existence for yourself. And you realize that. Why is the world in reverse? And that's why this cycle kept repeating. Because like I said, you was hiding your true authenticity. Okay, with this false person, I also feel like cycles stayed perpetuating with fake people because you didn't have the willpower. Because in a sense, being around these people or even people wanting to come back into your life, it gave you the sense of validation that you always sought. So it's like when people would come back around that you know damn well you shouldn't let back in your life, that's where you feel the weakness, because it's like I'd rather have somebody around that did me wrong in the past, that didn't recognize my worth, than to have nobody. And for a lot of you, it was also, you know, like I said, it was an ego stroke for you. Because a lot of us, because we have pure hearts and pure intentions, we assume that people want to come back because they genuinely learned their lesson. And you finally probably learned that it wasn't that. A lot of people just knew. They just felt like, okay, they'll accept anything, so I'm going to go back into their life and do the same shit again. And that's why that kept happening for some of you. For some of you, where you was like experiencing a perpetual cycle where people kept coming back into your life just to implement the same pain over your life, and you like, why do they keep coming back? Because not everybody have good intentions when they come back. Just because if you were to come back and re-enter somebody's life, it would be because you learned a lesson and you have some regrets, or you feel remorseful about the way you treated somebody, doesn't mean that that's other people's reason. Some people just simply feel like, let me test how gullible they really are. Do they think I changed? Do they think I give a damn now? Okay, well, let me just show them again that I'm still the same asshole and that this is another cycle for them because they haven't healed. So I know this message is kind of straightforward, but I feel like if you are already in the season of healing and winning, you know what I'm saying, then you looking at this like this is your past self and you ready to accept that. Like, yeah, because you already reached the epiphany. I feel like it's only going to trigger those that haven't quite. You know what I'm saying? If you still in the era of wanting to accept low lives into your life just because it make you feel like, oh yeah, you know, people don't forget about me. You know, they don't. They don't forget about how easy it was to get over on people that have a clean heart. You know, and that's not saying you a bad person. That's just saying that you need to like be selective. When you know you got a good clean heart, be selective who you give that good clean heart to, because that's the determining factor on if you actually love yourself as much as you can love the whole rest of the world. Okay, so let's see, why is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, mask off, because this was revealed to you. A lot of you guys are relocating because it's like the energies that you are attracting, you could have determined that maybe it's where you live, you know, or maybe you just want to separate yourself from everybody that you knew in the past so you can live your life with a clean slate where nobody know your name, and nobody even know that they can take advantage of you or think that they can still take advantage of you. This is like, you know, I'm changing my name, I'm cutting my hair, I'm moving to a town where nobody knows that I used to be a pushover, because I don't want that to happen to me again. So for a lot of you, y'all can be even relocating out the country. But whatever the case is, this distant horizon is speaking to the long term. It's like this one key that you took and unlocked something that needed to be healed in your life. It's unlocking the rest of your future, the rest of your life for the distant horizon. For cycles and cycles to come, you're going to be winning. So that's the beautiful outcome here. You know, of course, we don't always have a pretty past, but that doesn't determine whether our future is going to be looking just as bright or not. Why is the Four of Wands here? Yeah, because now y'all coming into luck. And in the past, y'all wasn't getting what y'all want. You know, I don't give a damn how pretty you was. You didn't get pretty privilege. You didn't get light skin privilege. You didn't get whatever privilege there is out there to have. You didn't get it. Even if you fit the bill or you look the aesthetic, you still felt invisible. And so that's the way it presented itself in your reality. That people overlooked you because you couldn't even see your own worth. So how can others? Yeah, courthouse. Let's see. Why is the Four of Wands here? Some of y'all might be getting married, like very quietly, like not telling anybody, not inviting nobody but your two witnesses, because you don't want the people to steal this moment. You know, it's a lot of people from your past that want the cycle to stay open between y'all because they gonna miss the days that you weren't healed. They gonna miss the days where you didn't realize your worth because they was able to benefit greatly off of that. And now you got new love coming in, somebody that appreciates you. And I feel like when this come in for you, like right now, y'all can be entertaining options. But what y'all don't know is like within the next 4 months or so, or you might spend a total of 4 months with this person, and y'all gonna click so innately that this may be something where like a courthouse marriage actually takes place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be something real quick and fast, like you eloping. Because you don't want the energy vampires from your past to steal this opportunity away from you. Or which you're not concerned anyway. You know, you're not concerned anymore anyway. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you know, y'all let go of holding on to the opinions of those in the past. And even if those people came back to test you, you would pass it with flying colors. Because you've already had the epiphany as to why these people was in your life and what their mission was in your life. You know, even though they played a painful role, they was here to teach you a valuable lesson on self-worth. They was here to help you master what you was meant to master. Okay, let's pull a love spread so we can see what this new love that's coming in is going to be looking like. I feel like it's something that's going to start off very righteously as a friendship, and it's going to grow. Like, so even though it might seem like things get off the ground pretty easily for y'all, and for some of y'all, it might not be until April of next year. Okay, but for some of y'all, yeah. I mean, this is the last day of April, so I doubt it's going to be in April. But for some of you, it could be in 4 months from now or April of next year, which is still pretty quick because that means only a year. Okay, so let's see what's coming in as it pertains to love. For Gemini, shyness in reverse. Y'all coming out y'all shell. Y'all could have started to be reserved towards love too because of the way that you were treated in the past. Releasing and letting go, liberating. Look at all of that weight that's being lifted off of your shoulders as it pertains to other people's opinion. You letting it go. It's like, okay, everybody is entitled to an opinion, but you don't have to allow it to become yours. You don't have to allow what other people think about you to become your ultimate opinion of yourself, okay? Heartbreak, yeah. Okay, so in the month of May, some of y'all could still be going through heartbreaks. Others of y'all going to experience that people that y'all left behind, they now the ones that's in heartbreak. The table's always going to turn. It's always going to be a time that you give a damn more than you should have, and the people that hurt you gave a damn less than what they should. But that's going to end up catching up to them. For a lot of people, seeing you enter into a new cycle and a cycle closing for good and you graduating and going to the next level, it's really going to sting. Because you cleansing them out your energy for good. Because the timidness, the shyness, the paranoia, the traumatic, like how they traumatize you, that's no longer the thing. It's no longer the thing. You no longer stuck in this energy where you feel like, you know, you got to wait for the person that did you wrong to finally realize some shit. It's like, okay, you had your chance to realize it. You didn't. And now I'm going to get with somebody that's going to see my worth the first round. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to go through heartbreak. I don't have to subject myself to settling for less because I see my own worth now. And I don't need you to wait. I don't need to wait until you see it to feel like I'm worthy. So, a lot of y'all, that's the energy y'all in. Yeah, getting to know you. I told you. Y'all gonna take y'all time for it. So for some of y'all, it might be April of next year, but I feel like y'all gonna keep this relationship very private. And then it's like once y'all Mr. and Mrs. or Mrs. and Mrs. or Mr. and Mr., then people will find out. But that's because y'all's connection is gonna be so solidified that no hex, curse, spell, or interference, manipulation is going to basically hinder that. Yeah. So let's see, many suitors. So first, y'all gonna have a lot of people coming after y'all. One of those people gonna stand out. That's the person you gonna choose to get to know. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, addictions in reverse. You could have been, like I said, codependent. It don't have to be actual addictions, but I do feel like if like your coping mechanism was, you know, some type of addiction, whether that was weed, alcohol, you know, cocaine, sex, whatever you did to fuel, you know, that dopamine energy to make you happy, to fill the void that you was feeling from not getting validation from others, that's come to an end. So for a lot of y'all, bad habits that y'all thought y'all would never get rid of, shit y'all been vouching for, like, you know, I love smoking weed, I ain't never gonna stop. Y'all gonna notice y'all not even gonna be craving it no more. Because whatever void that used to feel, or whatever you was doing to self-medicate, you don't need it anymore, because you're gonna be healed. You're not gonna need to, like, put a temporary band-aid on a gunshot wound, so to speak, okay? So let's see what the spiritual lesson was here, or will be by the end of May. I mean, I feel like a lot of y'all learned it already, but let's see what else they got to say. Because it seemed like this lesson had to be mastered before y'all can even get this 10 of Pentacles. So let's see. What is the spiritual lesson for Gemini in the month of May 2022? Radical rebirth. Yeah. I feel like y'all already reached y'all lesson because y'all had this rebirth. Like y'all lioness, y'all fierce. You know, what it was that y'all went through, it wasn't to weaken y'all. It was actually to strengthen y'all, to make y'all independent, to make y'all survivors. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Nobody patted me on the back. Nobody coddled me. Nobody told me nothing. I had to build that strength and belief in myself, within myself, in order to get where I'm at. And your testimony is going to be highly exalted by those that have been stuck in the same energy, because whatever took cycles and cycles or years and years for you to figure out, Gemini, you're going to help people be able to figure that out before it claims that much of their life, okay? So yeah, this radical rebirth, it's like, yeah, radical acceptance. It basically allows you to be able to stay balanced and cohesive. Okay, we got the wounded healer. Yeah. So this is in reverse. Y'all no longer in this energy. This is Sekhmet. Okay, this is a feline goddess. But at the same time, it's somebody, this energy represents somebody that was angry. Like somebody that was angry that they was healing the world, but the world ain't have a drop of love to give back in return to make them feel worthy. And you having to learn that as a healer, you have to heal yourself. You got to be the one to, you know, reach deep within and like nurture that inner child and let them know that they worth it. That, yeah, maybe not a lot of people recognize what it is that you bring into the connection right there in a moment. And we not going to bask on the fact and bank on the fact that people they going to regret it. It's not our job to even know and or care about that. Just know that whether people realize the impact you have on their life now or later, you will know that, you know, even if you see that person again later on down the life when y'all later on down in life when you old and gray, I bet you will get that validation that you were seeking because you gave it to yourself first. Okay, so yeah, y'all some trailblazers. Okay, it's saying brazen. Y'all get to celebrate the fruits of y'all labor. Finally, all of that planting and sowing and watering and waiting is reaping the fruitful harvest that you know you deserve. Yes, June be masks. Yes, it could have been people around you sending these negative energies to you, because this is like Caribbean shadow energy here. So again, you could have known people from a distance, or you know, if people was doing stuff like hexes and curses, then they was definitely using people overseas. But at the same time, whether you Caribbean, you know somebody that's Caribbean or what, all of this shadow energy is about self. It's like, what do you accept and what do you reject? So if somebody is sending you shadow energy, you going to bask in it, you going to sit in it, or you going to transmute it and make them demons bow down to you because your vibration too high for them to even touch. So I feel like at this point, y'all choosing that they bow down. okay? And y'all have mastered that aspect of y'all where y'all not allowing people's projections to consume you. You understand that that's not your thoughts of yourself, that you greater than whatever this person is trying to minimize you, or people have tried to minimize you to, and you giving yourself the recognition and worth so that you can attract others into your life to do it. So hopefully this helped you guys for the month of May. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Join the Soul Tribe. Check me out on TikTok. All of that information is down below in the description box, and I'll check you guys out in the next one.